Well, it's the morning after, and everything went really well yesterday. Got to the dyno and put some good numbers down. Hit my goal. Everything went really smooth. Had some stupid stuff happen. Like with me, usually it's like just I don't know, little things that I guess cut corners on. So, for instance, when I was taking the wheels off to mount to the dyno, I had got these lugs a while ago, and they're like aluminum lugs, but they're cheap aluminum lugs. So basically, they're starting to strip out already. So I ordered new lugs, but thankfully, we were able to get the wheels off, and it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, so she put down 510 at about 28 pounds of boost. I was definitely very happy. Sounded really good, considering some of the stuff I've had to deal with this car. But yeah, I'm gonna take it off the trailer. Go ahead and cut to a clip of the car at the dyno while I get this car off the trailer. All right, she's back home in the garage. Yeah, so she's pretty close to done. Well, actually, it's just a matter of getting the little things straightened out, right? But I want to point out a couple other things that I need to take care of. I'm pretty sure I put these in backwards, but I mean, I think they should have been the other way, but whatever. All right, there she is. So I'm gonna point out a couple things that I've had to do that I don't know. You know, when you do something and you've never done it before, and a lot of other people have done it, and it just seems like there's always, we're always doing it slightly different from each other. So we come across different things that we have, different obstacles we have to overcome. For me, one of them was doing the rear mount radiator. You know, they made a different water neck. I just really like this water neck because it was more direct route. But in doing that, I could not mount the belt tensioner, right? And I'm only running a power steering pump. I relocated my alternator to the driver's side, so that meant I had to create my own tensioner. So far, so good. You know, we'll see. It hasn't made any squeals, and I was able to make it nice and tight. And like I said, so far, and of course, ordering a bunch of different belts from Amazon, trying to see which one would fit. And then once you figure it out, then you just basically buy a couple. This little swirl pot thingamabobber, I basically came up with this, and then had Jackson weld it together for me. So it basically just, you know, mounts right to the block there. And then I have my temp sensor for, this is a temp sensor for my variable speed Craig Davis, whatever, controller. And then this is my water temp sensor for the ECU. I did put an intake on here. I don't know. I just feel like I should have a filter on there. And then what I did is I have my catch can, of course, coming off both valve covers, and then using this. So that's another reason why I want to run a filter, create like a little bit of negative pressure to try to pull those, create some sort of vacuum in the crankcase. And downpipe, all the other fun stuff, boost controller. Not a big turbo, but you know, 28 psi, put down 5/10, and it spools. I believe he said I start getting into boost around 2,000 RPM, so that's pretty good. Got my oil cooler, my power steering cooler, intercooler. Then I also have, let's see if I can get, because I have fans there, so I can, if I'm sitting in the line and it's hot out, I can turn these fans on to try to get some more air going across the intercooler and oil cooler. Yeah, booster list setup. So I just drove it around the block real quick, and you know, the brakes don't seem too bad. Yeah, I went with the I have the 135 brake caliper upgrade, front and rear, and of course, you know, I'm not a body man, but I figure, you know, good for far from good. You know, once I put a wrap on it, you're probably not going to notice the transition too much for the E92 front end. And, you know, on the E46, I think it looks pretty, I don't think it looks too grotesquely disproportionate. I do have to do something about side skirts, but I mean, you can see the front bumper and the OEM side skirts are pretty even. Yeah, I mean, that's about it for now. I guess we're looking at the calendar for December and see what we can do. I gotta get some tires. I don't have any, let me see here. I got a whole bunch of rims, but I have no tires, so I need money for tires. But other than that, yeah, I gotta get this thing to an event. You know, there's some clunking noises and whatnot that that this thing makes, but I guess we'll find out when we start throwing it sideways, right? We'll see. I just got to make sure I keep the oil clean, and because I am running X85. After talking with Sam, I'm probably maybe going a little overboard running X85, so I'll probably just find a station around here that runs, you know, I can get some E85 for, try to help keep that budget down. Yeah, 500 horsepower. We're talking with Sam. He's like, yeah, you know, X85 may be kind of overkill. So that's what I plan to do. Shout out to Concord Aerospace. They gave me a bunch of these. And if you don't know, on my personal Instagram, I put out a video basically showing this switch, just a quick stupid little video, and it's got like 3 million views. It's so stupid. But since I did that, their website got more traffic, so they sent me a bunch of pretty cool switches. I have this one, and let me show you the one I actually have in the car before I let you go. So I'm using this one. This is the potentiometer and switch they sent me. So basically, this is going to be my kill mode, I guess you can call it. I'm going to do the plaid. We're going to drop the boost and do some pops and bangs, just, you know, doing a demo and just want to sound stupid but have a good time and be annoying. I'll have it on plaid, and then basically we'll start. So this would be like my rain tune, right? So this is basically no boost. This will just be on wastegate pressure, which is about 12, 13 psi, which I'm able to, I hit it like around 310 horsepower with just on wastegate. And then he's just gonna gradually build up the boost, you know, every time I switch it. And kill mode will be ludicrous. And of course, like I said, annoying mode is gonna be right here with the pops and bangs. And but yeah, that's it. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. Drive some people crazy. But yeah, so shout out to one of my partners, Concord Aerospace. And of course, I can't forget my first partner, Dude Wipes. You know, hey, they sent me a whole bunch of Dude Wipes. I can label them as official partner. You know, I guess you got to start small and work your way up. You know, so I've got their sticker on the car, and so right now, Concord Aerospace, Dude Wipes, and NTR, Sam and NTR, for all his help getting the car started. And then of course Chris Jackson has done a lot of work on this car as well, so Jackson Performance. But I'll keep trying to get some more partners and sponsors to kind of help me with this vehicle. Even though I like the wrap and I like the design, let me take that back. Even though I kind of like the livery I came up with here, this is roller. I took just a gallon of Rust-Oleum and got just a roller brush and basically rolled the whole car gray. So that's just all roller brush, and you know, good from far, far from good. And then you know, a little bit of spray paint, tape that off, spray painted that, and spray painted the front of the fenders, and then of course spray painted the front bumper. But yeah, this is all, I mean, you could see it. I mean, this is all just, you know, I rolled this with a roller brush, so you can kind of see all the spots here, right? But hey, you know, like I said, good from far. And most people haven't even noticed. You know, we get close, but just the way it is, right? I would like to have an actual wrap on the vehicle, so that's probably gonna be my next sponsorship request, trying to find somebody to wrap the vehicle for me. I already have a design livery for this vehicle that a friend of mine, Spen, designed for me and my brother. And that'll probably go on here, unless I get a company that wants to sponsor the wrap, then, you know, of course, their logos will have to be on the vehicle. But anyhow, that's all for today. Just stay tuned for updates. I'm gonna start going through the car and doing little things. I'm just gonna start recording everything. And some good advice from my friend Lewis Lawns. It's really just about, maybe it's not so much about getting people to watch as much as it is keep track of everything. Basically, can look back in the future and just, you know, see all the things that I had to do and all the different struggles I had to go through and all the good times that I'm going to have. I've had a lot of great times in the past, and honestly, I wish I was able to record all the fun we had back in the day at County Line. Now, we've had a lot of good times, and there are some videos out there, but now I'm going to start logging everything as much as possible. Anyways, thank you for watching.